Right here, down. Protect your out. We put the work in. Let's finish. Let's do this. Family, I'll do 1, 2, 3.
You see, we dream chase, cause that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
What's going on, Eagles Nation and TMTP family? Welcome back to another episode here on the Main Thing Podcast Presents. It's your boy, Mr. Owens, and after further review, the call stands. I'm still official with no stripes.
What's going on, Eagles family? This is your man, Big Huss, the one you trust, bringing you all your Philadelphia Eagles latest. Hey, man, welcome back to the Main Thing Podcast Presents. Y'all know the vibes.
Yeah,
but y'all know we got to talk about our Birds and Philadelphia Eagles coming off a road victory where we won 28-22, beating the Minnesota Vikings inside US Bank Stadium. Look, it was impressive. It didn't. We had some down moments, but there was a lot of good in that game. A lot of good in that game, right? That losing streak, that ill feeling that you had inside, carrying around with the past 2 weeks. That we got rid of that. That's off our back. You feel me?
over with.
Okay, those 2 tough losses versus Denver and New York, out of our mind. We are moving forward, playing physical, smart, resilient.
Yes.
Now let's really talk about the story here, man. Jalen Hurts, man, from high school to his Bama days to now a Super Bowl champion, a Super Bowl MVP, man, he showed that on one of the biggest stages. Look, the Minnesota Vikings, that was the #1 passing defense. He carved them up, right?
Tell them again, Haas.
It was masterful. It was masterful, truthfully. He dominated, like I said, on the biggest stage. Seeing Carson Wentz in that other uni, that was a little weird, but we had to give it to him.
I had to.
Okay.
Somebody had to do it.
Yeah, somebody had to do it. Why not us? So Sunday, it was just another day. It was another day for them Eagles. We came through. We handled business, right? Especially when it mattered. Our quarterback couldn't have been any better. He led the charge. And after that great win, guess what? We got some more good news, man. If y'all ain't heard, I don't know where y'all been at, but the bull Brandon Graham, bro, BG is back in the fold.
She don't want no puppy. She want a big dog.
Wash my clothes the other day, found a 10 ball. Flip phone for the jug, it's a throwaway. I'm riding with some shooters. We look like owners.
Super Bowl, 2-time Super Bowl winning Brandon Graham back in the fold. Hey, man, we came out of retirement. He saw that there was a void kind of on the edges. You know what I mean? He was like, man, I still got a little gas in the tank, man. Let me kind of step out there, do my 1, 2. So expect to see him soon in the next coming weeks, possibly this week, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was after the bye, just kind of getting them up to speed with everything that's going on. But, man, let's talk stats, bro. If you did not know, 109.5 career sacks. That's third in Eagle history. That boy was putting it down, you feel me? Right? 34 fumbles, most in team history. This guy is a beast, right? Super Bowl defensive MVP off the strip sack on Brady. We would never forget that play. As Eagles fans, you will never forget it. Yep, Philly, and that strip sack, that's like embedded in our minds for real.
Ingrained for real.
Yeah, for real, honestly. Right? So having Graham back, not only from just what he brings physically, being that extra body, you know what I mean, but that veteran presence, that leadership, right? That smile that he's known for having. And running that mouth, because we need that edge. You feel me? He gives us that edge. He likes to crawl in the offensive player's mind and play those games as he sauces them up, right? But having him back, I can't tell you what that means. Surely it's gonna, hopefully it pans out. He's rested. He hasn't had to play the full season. Hasn't had to play the full season. So hopefully he can come out and give us a good push where we're lacking right now on the edge.
Yes, that was major news. That was something that I was ecstatic to hear, because I know we have talked here on the Main Thing Podcast Presents about him not wanting to retire in the first place. I know that we did a video specifically about Brandon Graham and his retirement video, but BG knows he still has some left in the tank. And shout out to his wife for supporting him and his family, supporting him and wanting him to come back and what's best for him. So with him coming back in the fold, man, look, sky's the limit for BG.
Yeah,
Sky's
hours,
man. Come on, us. Come on, man. But before we tap in deeper into this video, look, to our loyal supporters, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all know it's always love, because y'all know the Main Thing Podcast Presents can't happen without the support from y'all. And to our new supporters, welcome to the community and our family. Let's continue to do our part as a community and a family. Please continue to like the videos. It does help with the visibility in the algorithm. Disrespect that comment section. I know the comment section right down there somewhere. Look, share and subscribe to the community and our content. And last but not least, don't forget to do this. Make sure to turn on them noties and keep your ears and eyes peeled to the streets like your local neighborhood watch. So you don't miss when me and Big Hus drop this pressure on y'all. So look, we're going to dive right into the first quarter. The Eagles started at their own 35-yard line. So look, that's the good first start right there, because we know how the field position has been in the first previous games. But look, the first plays, it was a Saquon run for a first down. Then we did another couple of runs with Saquon, and eventually QB1 found DeVonta Slim Reaper Smith for a short gain that set up 4th and 1. So now y'all know what it is. Y'all know what happens on 4th and 1. It ain't nothing new. We convert the brotherly shove, first down. And look, we had Tank Bigsby out there getting his first carries in Midnight Green. And guess what? He got another first down. So look, we had the crowd, the Eagles crowd that travels well, fired up in the US Bank Stadium. All right, y'all. So then y'all know what happened. QB1 scrambled. He kept his eyes downfield, something that he has been doing a lot better going through his career. He launched a 37-yard pass. Did out because to Arthur Juan K.
We dream chase, because that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable.
Y'all know Arthur Juan K is one of the top 5 receiver in the league. And after that, that was 7-0. Bada bing, bada boom, Eagles in front. All right. So look, for y'all information, FYI, Arthur Juan K, he leads the NFL in 4th down receiving yards since 2022. How ironic, right? Because we know when we go forward on 4th down, QB1 put it out there. Somebody down there, Big House.
I call that clutch.
Come on, the clutch factor. It's
clutch.
just in the DNA. It's just there. You see what I'm saying? Because we're not shocked that he leads the NFL in 4th down receiving yards since 2022. But look, when it goes good, something always has to happen in a game of football, right? Carson Wentz, our former quarterback, hit Adam Thielen for a 3rd down conversion. Then you know what he does? He turns around and misses a wide open Jordan Addison. Look, that could have been a touchdown if it wasn't for Jordan Addison dropping that football. All right. Look, we talked about communication and things like that in the back end and the secondary, and we had a major miscommunication back there. So,
and what's crazy, bro, you see one of those type plays from the defense now, look, every game for real.
Yes.
That's something that we're going to have to get buttoned up. Like I said, the communication on the back end, we're going to get that together, because as the season progresses, those drop passes and overthrows, teams are going to start connecting on them. So we got to lock in on the back end, man.
We definitely have to lock in on the back end, because, and I know it was one play that the Vikings ran on Sunday and it was called back for holding, but I was like, look, I know, because it worked. it worked against us. And it's a copycat league. So I want to put it out there here at the Main Thing Podcast Presents Me and Big Huss that, look, don't be surprised if you see that play happen to us, whether it's 3 weeks from now, a month from now. Be on the lookout for that. But I know Vic Fangio will tighten that up and make sure that all of that does not happen. And look, so what Carson Wentz usually does, he fumbled on a shotgun snap. How ironic. And so they had to settle for a 59-yard field goal, and that kept the lead for the Birds 7-3. The Eagles' next drive, look, QB1 came down, connected with Smitty again, and the penalties pushed it back. That's something that me and Husky talked about limiting with this football team. If we want to be great, we have to limit the mistakes and make sure that we are focused and discipline. So of course the drive stalled, and finally we punted the football, but ended the quarter on a very, very good note from previous weeks, because ended it 7-3 and having the lead, something that in a few of these games this season we have not had the lead leaving the first quarter.
No, for sure. It was a game where I love to see the team start fast, for real. Like, we have not seen that from this team. Get that opening drive or so, or a couple drives. It's a lot of 3 and outs, and then we kind of find our rhythm. So the end of the quarter, like you said, 7-3, I was like, okay, all right.
We're cooking with something?
Yeah. We in a good position. I got all the right ingredients. You know what I'm saying? We're heading in the right direction here, right? So then we move on to the second quarter. This is where the defense just starts to set the tone. It's 3rd and 5. Wentz drops back, right? Jalen Carter, all in his grill, delivered a monster shot to Carson Wentz in the midsection.
He needs some milk.
Right? Leading to an air throw where Jalen Hunt gets his first interception of his career. And it wasn't just an interception. It was a pick 6.
You see, we dream chase, because that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable.
Crazy work. Your first pick goes to the house.
Let me get that.
I gotta keep that ball, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't get that back. So now the Eagles are up 14-3. Oh, I'm feeling good. It's looking good, right? Everything's going well. Vikings respond, holding calls, incomplete throw, and then Wentz throws it up. Now, who's downfield to grab it? The young bull, Drew Makuba. Yes, sir.
Because that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
Another interception on his notch, right? Eagles defense is really showing up. So now that'll be 2 interceptions for your rookie through the first 6 games?
Yes.
Right? It was looking good. Offense then comes out. They kind of, stutter a little bit, stall a little bit. 3 plays, 3 yards, punt. Vikings drive 64 yards. Missed tackles. We have to tackle.
By the aforementioned Makuba.
I was just about to say, as good as Makuba has been, as far as being a ball hawk, the tackling has been lacking. The tackling has been lacking. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's been lacking.
Right? Like lacking too. It was lacking.
That's what he been doing.
Straight lacking, right? It hasn't been good. As a rookie, sometimes as a defense in a whole, tackling. We have to get better with tackling as the season progresses. But then the Kobe Dean, good sighting from him. He was lighting it up out there, y'all.
His
man, his limited reps, he has been showing up. And Cooper DeJean, they hold him to a field goal. So now it's 14-6. Okay, I'm still feeling good. Hurt late in the half. This is when my man's like, all right, bro, this can't be a repeat of last game. Let me put it on right quick, right?
What's that joint? Is Space Jam Huss? Get him with the secret juice. The special juice.
Are you with me or not?
Yeah, finished? Great speech and all, Doc. You had him riveted. But didn't you forget something?
What?
Your secret stuff.
Juice. Right? starts going crazy, starting from our own 11. Here's DeVonta.
Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
He had a crazy game. A little bit of clock miscommunication there, right? I felt like we could have came down and got some more points before going into half, but Nick Sirianni chose to play it safe given what was going on. We go into the half 14-6. Start that third up, man.
Look, Huss, before I start that third up, it's so crazy because shout out, like you said, to Jalen Hunt for that first interception being a pick six, because we talked about that on our recap, and the Giants, he should have had that one last week against the Giants on Thursday night. And it's ironic that it was the same defensive call where he cut underneath of the receiver going up the seam. Impressive play by him, but as you mentioned, I don't want to talk too much about Andrew Mukuba. Andrew Mukuba has to do a better job of tackling. The one on Jettas, Justin Jefferson, on that sideline, he caught about a 3-4 yard pass and turned it into about a 25-yard gain. That is the stuff that get off of missed tackle. And the crazy thing is, when you see the film and you saw the play, Mukuba recognized where Carson Wentz was going with the football and started running to Justin Jefferson before the ball was released by Carson Wentz.
All we was given a start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
You see what I'm saying? So you have to come down in the open field. You have to break down the tackle. Look, I know you went to Texas. I know you went to Clemson. This ain't Texas or Clemson competition. This big boy competition. Jettas is one of the ones and one of the best receivers in the game. Those are the type of plays that you look back. If we did lose that football game, those are the type of plays that you look at, because we have to be disciplined, and it starts with basics. It starts with the fundamentals. We have to get back to tackling. Big Huss emphasizes that every time here. We emphasize that. Get back to tackling. Get the ball carrier down. But yeah, Huss, like, my bad for the tangent, but
nah, you good. Hey, it needed to be said. It needed to be said.
A lot weighing on my chest. Jesus. All right, so now to the third quarter, because look, the Vikings got some good field position. Look, they got a lot of chunk runs by Jordan Mason. That's something that me and Big Huss have been talking about. Up the middle in the interior of the defense, we're stout. When you try to run up them A gaps and B gaps and them 1 holes and 2 holes, you ain't getting none of that. The outside stretch zones and the tall sweeps and things like that, we have to do a better job of handling that in the run game. Hopefully, BG, he comes back. You know, he sets the run. He's intentional when he plays run defense and things like that. We have to set that edge, because that's where we're losing the battle. We're getting out leverage and letting the blockers place us in a disadvantaged situation and letting these running backs get outside and gain these chunk yards, these 15, 20-yard gains. And it was mind-blowing to me, because that we still haven't had a 20-yard plus run this season in the dynamic backfield that we have. It's mind-blowing, but that's something that we have to get better on defense for sure. And look, again, Jordan Mason was toting a rock on us to the outside so much, but look, Carson Wentz doing Carson Wentz things. Obviously, he had an intentional grounding that killed the Minnesota Vikings drive. So they had to, in fact, settle for a field goal, which made it a 14-9 lead for the Philadelphia Eagles. So look, how y'all think we in Philly gonna respond? Y'all know we the Broad Street bullies. Stop acting silly. Look, bars. But look, so the Eagles answered under center, something that we have been clamoring for on this channel. Start to mix and match things. You see what I'm saying? Start to be creative with the playmakers that you have. We have been asking for center, for QB1 to take snaps from under center, and did the Eagles deliver in a big way? Kevin Patullo, I guess he's been watching the channel because look, he took some words of wisdom from us. We hit the Minnesota Vikings with a play action. Boom, bow, thank you, ma'am. It was a 79-yard tie down to DeVonta Slim Reaper Smith.
You see, we dream chase, because Because that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
Look, Isaiah Rodgers, like he ain't know what was going on out there, Huss. Hey, Smitty came out there, hit him with
He was in a blender.
He was in a blender. Come on now, we at Smoothie King. Get your your strawberry hopper. But he came, hit him with the outside, came back in. QB1 put that thing on the money, bro. But look, that was the longest reception of DeVonta Smith's career, the second longest down of QB1's career. And just like that, we're up 21-9. But Minnesota did not go down without a fight, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Of course, they had a 60-yard drive capped off by Jordan Mason's Wildcat touchdown that was kind of they went to the replay assist and things like that and did rule that a touchdown, but that's where Adoree Jackson came up gimp and Keely Ringo had to be inserted in the back end, but it was 21-16 Birds. And look, the Eagles faced some penalties. A lot of penalties. They had a lot of holding calls. QB1, he found DeVonta Smith.
Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
And on that, it's crazy because I felt that the refs, they did pick up the flag. But also, I thought it was a flag from when QB1 was standing in the pocket and staring down a barrel and delivered that pass to Smitty. He got clobbered in the face and the helmet. No calls.
Not going to get that call, though. He's not going to get that call. You got to look at it. We barely get that call at home. We're on the road. You think you got to get that call?
Mm-hmm. No, it's crazy. Some other quarterbacks, they'll get that call. But so I just thought that was weird that, like you said, we didn't get that call, which should have been, because he got mushed in the face and smacked in the helmet. But look, the Eagles in that third quarter was moving with execution surgically down the field against the Minnesota Vikings.
For sure. Now to start the fourth quarter up, right? Usually what we would do, if this had been previous years, we would run the ball, milk the clock. We haven't been able to get back to that. We tried it. Barkley was stuffed, right? A few times, actually. Elliott comes out, and Jake Elliott has been sensational this year. He's been amazing this year, right? Sensational. Right?
Sensational.
Right? But he misses a 42-yard field goal, right? So it's 21-16. Nah, that's exactly what I said. Come on, Jake. Not now.
Now look at us.
Right, but he's been solid, so I ain't gonna hold it over his head. The Vikings make a red zone push. Moro Ajomo, who makes a play or two damn near every game, comes up with a sack.
The dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
Forces them into a field goal situation. So now it's 21-19. So now my college getting a little bit tighter. I'm like, God dang, man, this is like last week, right? No. We still got QB1. He is that one, right? Keeps calm. He comes out on the 3rd and 13, and for real, it's a scramble because he was back there. He was sitting. Told AJ, he points to the sideline, get back to the sideline, right? Hurts put that drink on the money. He threw a dart.
We dream chase, because that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
To the sideline, I swear, on the 3rd and 13, AJ grabs him to come back, right? A couple plays later, he finds your boy AJ up the hash, right? It was almost like a go route. Ta-da.
We dream chase, because that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
Ta-da. So now it's 28-19 Eagles. I'm back. My collar a little loose. I'm feeling good, right? I'm dancing in the joint. We moving. Vikings come back out. They try to make their last push, right? But they got Wentz, so it's whatever. Wentz is scrambling. Josh Uche, who has been pretty solid. He's been solid. Exactly. He comes up with a sack. So now we got 2 sacks in the 4th, right? Feeling better. They're forced to make a field goal. It's 28-22. Now, like I said, typically in a situation like this, Hurts would get under center. He will go back, hand that boy off to Barkley. But we like, nah, this is a chance to put the game away. It's 3rd and 9, right? Game is really, it can go either way depending upon what happens, truth be told. But you said AJ has the most 4th down clutch catches in the past few years. Man, my man came up with the clutch catch over the shoulder, boy.
Because that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
On Isaiah Rodgers again.
Man, okay. And shout out to Isaiah Rodgers, bro. It's all love. I heard that there was some things going on with some folks basically tweeting you some like racial slurs and stuff.
Remarks.
Racial remarks and things of that nature. Hey, it's still love over here. But you got your ass burnt, right? AJ Brown up top on the ball. Game sealed. Couple kneels. We up out of here. It's 28-22 final. We're victorious.
Yeah.
I'm feeling amazing. Okay. And we do what we have to do. It was one of those games where there were some down moments, maybe a couple ugly moments, but all in all, the team, especially on the road, handled business. And that's all I can ask for. Come home with a dub. Right? Bring a win back to Philly. That's what we need right now. Another loss would have been terrible.
It would have been crazy, Big Us.
Yeah, for real.
Would have been crazy. And look, real quick, because I know some people will give Jake Elliott the benefit of the doubt because, of course, he's been here since 2017 and has won 2 Super Bowls with us. But we know from playing football in the past, those situations and moments are practice. So a lot of people like, oh, it's a lot of going on. The players were getting ran off the field by the Vikings and things like that. The whistle. Look, bro, you go through your mechanics, you go through your routine, and he should have hit that field goal. And also really quickly, because on defense, what kind of frustrated me on the Vikings last drive, other than Moro Jomo getting that sack, was we were getting pressure on Carson Wentz, but we weren't getting home and getting him down. It was a couple big 3rd down conversions on our defense that if we just did our responsibility, knew the assignment, and got him down in fundamental ways, the game wouldn't have even been that close. But that's something that I wanted to touch on before we ended this video, because
for sure. And that's something that you brought up. I believe we brought up last week or the week prior, finishing at the point. Pressures aren't the issue for Philadelphia right now. It's finishing when you get to the quarterback. And you have to think about it. We face some mobile quarterbacks moving forward.
Yes.
Carson Wentz will probably be at the mid to lower tier as far as mobility of what we'll be facing going forward from the quarterback position. So we have to learn to rally, rush as a unit, and then finish for real. But then that boils over to what we were saying before with the tackling, man. Tackling as a whole needs to be better. It has to be better because there were, like you bring it up, multiple opportunities where we really could have got them off the field. It was 3rd and longs.
Yes.
And Carson back there, looking like 2017 Carson. I'm like, what the hell? Scrambling up the field. I'm like, nah, bro. There's no way. Not this guy. but we had to do to win. Right. So I was like, but we have to be better. And the Eagles know that, man. Team full of vets, team full of leaders. They know they have to be better moving forward. I believe that they'll tighten it up.
For sure. And us, like, in closing, look, we know that QB1 was 19 of 23 with 326 yards, 3 touchdowns, 158.3 passer rating. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, y'all heard that right. 158.3. He becomes only the 3rd Eagles quarterback in team history to have a perfect game. The other 2 being Donovan McNabb back in 2005, I believe, and Nick Foles I want to say in 2000 and
That might have been the 27 and whenever where he was
the
that year he
one
was
of the
snapping.
Raiders.
Yeah,
When he
he
threw
was.
the
Yeah.
Yep. And also some key takeaways: DeVonta Smith and Arthur K combined to finish with 304 yards. Y'all heard that right? With 3 touchdowns. That is an elite duo. If y'all don't know that, I'm sorry to tell y'all. Look, the defense also forced some turnovers, which was key, and controlled Carson Wentz and made the plays when needed. I know we mentioned them tackling and not communicating in the back end and blowing some coverages and things like that. But when they needed to step up the most, because the defense came through and made those plays.
No, they did for sure. Now we ended the game victorious. Boy, do I feel good, right? But there were some down points, like I said, as far as injuries, players getting hurt. So post-game injury report real quick. We already spoke on Brandon Graham. We know what that means. Welcome back, brother. Right? A.J. Brown has been dealing with a hamstring. Adoree Jackson actually left the game with a concussion. That's how we inserted Keely Ringo. I kind of knew he had a concussion when it happened. It just
He was woozy.
Yeah, woozy. And I think my man went to sleep for a hot minute, right? Then you had Cam Jurgens dealing with a knee. Azeez Ojulari, who I believe also hurt his hamstring during that game. Jeremiah Trotter dealing with an ankle, also hurt in game. Limited participants, Ja'Cory Bennett. He's back on the fold. I believe that the Eagles have opened up his 21-day
if I'm not mistaken, yes.
If I'm not mistaken. Grant Calcaterra with the oblique. To see him move from doubtful or out to limited is great signs for moving in the right direction. Landon Dickerson did an ankle and back. He's been dealing with that since training camp. We got to get him
last year for real.
Yeah, truly. Yeah, you're right. Last year. We really, and if you want to be honest, he's actually been having knee trouble since back in college, right? But we have a master class training unit and training staff, and they've really been keeping him healthy. So, but we got to get him back right. Dallas Goedert, I hate seeing his name on any injury report. It's too much. But he's dealing with the calf injury. Hopefully we can get him back healthy. Then Moro Jomo, who's dealing with a shoulder, really from a friendly fire hit from Keely Ringo. See what you hitting, big dog. Keely, keep your eyes open, bro. Head up. You missed the guy completely. Damn near. I thought he had a concussion the way he got hit. I thought I did, right? But the team overcame all of this adversity and some of these key losses and key places as far as positions and whatnot. And we were able to get a victory. We have the Giants this upcoming weekend at home. So hopefully this list can shrink down a lot more with some of these players coming off of this injury report.
For sure, bro. For sure, bro. And before we head out of here, Big Hus, look, we're going to wrap this up with our supporters and our family. We just got to say our quarterback's better than yours. Your quarterback ain't doing what our quarterback did. Y'all say he can't pass. He can't win with his arm, right? He can't lead the Eagles to victory. None of y'all favorite quarterbacks did what our QB1 did. So, leave it there, right there. Keep playing with him. Keep doubting him. He defies the odds straight like that, because. But look, to our loyal supporters, thank you. Y'all know it's always love. Y'all know the Main Thing Podcast Presents can't happen without the support from y'all. And to our new supporters, welcome to the community and our family. Let's continue to do our part as a community and family. Please to like the videos. It does help with the visibility in the algorithm. Disrespect that comment section, share and subscribe to the community and our content. And last but not least, don't forget to do this. Make sure to turn on the notification bell, also known as the Liberty Bell looking thingy, so you don't miss when Swoop comes out with the Eagles news and updates.
Hey man, you heard them. Please go do that. This is your favorite spot. Yeah, I mean, the talk Philly talk. Yeah, man, we here with it. But no, I hope everyone's having a great week, coming off a great weekend. All right now. And if you don't know, I go by Big Husk.
And I go by Mr. Owns.
And this is the Main Thing Podcast, where we keep the main thing the main thing. Okay, now. Have a great week. Watch out for them videos dropping later. You know what I mean? Go watch them, like them, comment, subscribe, do what you got to do. All that. Right? We on that. But till next time, hey, peace out.
It was I was going to make a lot of money doing what I wanted to do. do. I went after it, and it was a struggle to achieve it. But you know what? I caught that bitch. Dream chasing.